Yo, what is up everyone? How's it going? And welcome back to Get Jacked here in Ark Survival Evolved. Now, what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be taking you out on the center map. I'm going to be showing you 5 of my favorite base locations here on this map. Now, I did do another video on this and there was a lot of support and feedback regarding the types of base building places and all that kind of stuff, so I've taken that into consideration. I've tried to focus this one a little bit less on the PvE type aspect and more on some spaces that are going to be a lot harder to find and a little bit easier to defend as well. So I'm going to be taking you out, showing you a few different areas all over the map. We'll start out here on number 5, but if you like the video, please help me out, hit that thumbs up. And here we go, we'll get going here with the countdown. Alright, so here we are, number 5. And if you guys have watched my center map playthrough, this is actually where I've built, and I love this spot. It is amazing. Now check it out. If you look around here, we've just got all these pillars coming out of the water. It's pretty awesome. And then we've also got the archways and all that kind of stuff. We'll get into that in a second. But this is the spot that I really like to build on because look at how flat it is. It's amazing. Once you clear out this whole area, you can build all the way up here, get an elevator up here and all that kind of stuff, and it might be a little bit easier to get an elevator up in this spot because you've got metal right next door. You've got them on these archways going over here. As you can see, I'll fly up here. We've got a couple metal nodes. Now, these won't be affected too much if you build on that little area. You don't want to build too close to these and ruin these spawns. These are kind of important for this area, but we've also got more metal nodes on the other archways and all that kind of stuff, so you can definitely hit up those if you need more metal. Well, you will, because there's only 2 spawns on the other spot, but there's a lot more in the area, don't worry. But like I said, I did build on this spot and I really like it. I think it's got enough of everything for your needs. You definitely just need to build a raft and then you can go around from island to island harvesting all the resources, which is kind of nice because rafts have a really good weight capacity anyway. Alright, so this was number 5 in the countdown. Why don't we move on to number 4 and see where we are. Alright everyone, so here we are with number 4, and now this one is going to be a little bit different. This one is really epic, and there's actually another spot on the map very similar to it, which I'm actually going to cover in the countdown as well. Just a little foreshadowing. But anyway, as you can see, I've got my scuba gear on, and I'm heading down on the Ithy to get, check it out, look at this place. It is epic. As you can see, it's kind of what we've always wanted in Ark, if you like to go underwater and all that kind of stuff, a place to build an underwater base. Now, as you can see, this is dry land. I can breathe under here, no worries. But if we go over here, actually these stones, as you can see, I tried to harvest them. They're actually not harvestable. Just a little tip. But anyway, we've got tons of other, like, gatherable resources and all that kind of stuff. So this place is awesome. It's sandy. I think you could just make an awesome base, hold a lot of dinos down here, and not have to worry about too many predators. I mean, it's not like anything's gonna follow you down here. But anyway, as you can see, it is a decently long stretch of land that you can really block off. We've got the ruined structures and all that kind of stuff. This one does not have any of the really special resources or anything. We've got a couple rocks. As you can see, this one is a harvestable one. So this definitely is going to be a spot where you're going to want to bring resources in because you're not going to be able to get metal and stuff down here. But anyway, this was number 4. Why don't we head into number 3 in the countdown? Alright, so here we are with number 3 in the countdown, and this one here is going to be situated pretty much right across from the floating island in the middle of the map. Now, on the right of us, we've got the swamp, so you can definitely get a lot of resources there. Here is the location, and then right behind us, we're also going to have the tundra going on, so you can definitely take advantage of the resources that brings. Also, we've got tons, as you can see, there's just tons of metal spread out through this area, and kind of the main point, the biggest part I was trying to focus on was this cave. Now, it's not really a cave, it's just kind of like an overhang going over through this area. It's kind of like a little passway. Now, if you block it off, you actually have this great view of the middle of the map, and you've also got all of this area to build in within here. So these rocks are obviously indestructible, so you can definitely just throw up some gates and you're all set for this area. But this one is really awesome because of its location. in the tundra here, and the fact that you're actually not freezing. As you can see, I'm wearing flak armor and not freezing in this area, so it's not too terrible to actually try and stay alive. I haven't seen too many dangerous dinosaurs, but that can pretty much be negated by blocking off that little passway. As we head up here, I'll kind of show you, we've got a decent amount of metal, so you've got your own little personal supply up here, as you can see, and then you can come up here, grab all of your tundra biome dinosaurs, and then just fly right back down to your base. Maybe head out to the swamp area and grab some of those dinosaurs. But anyway, let's head on to number 2 in the countdown. Alright, here we are with number 2 in the countdown, and now this one is going to be very similar to the last one actually, in the fact that it's an overpass, kind of like with the cave, tunnel-y feel going on, but this one has got something really unique about it, and I think it really makes it a really awesome place to be able to build. So anyway, as you can see, we've got our ruins going on, we've got our flat structure to build on, and of course, because it's only got the 2 entrances, it is pretty easy to block off as well. Now, you can go throughout this whole area, build on here, and there's staircases, all kinds of crazy stuff going through the whole area, much like the other ruinous areas. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little pond right off to this side, which has beavers, which they're just going to produce beaver dams all the time, and you will never have to make cementing paste, because these just produce so much like cementing base that it's ridiculous. But anyway, this is what makes this spot really unique. Now check out this. We've got a little crater, and I was really confused at first, but it's actually a hole. If we got a gamma up here, but as you can see, look at this. It is actually an entrance into the vast underground caverns of the center map. Now, this might not seem like something too crazy, but you've actually got metal, you've got crystal, and you've got all that right below you. You can also make your way to a ton of different parts of the island by traveling through this cave system, and by having this base location, you have your own personal entrance in and out. So I think that's pretty cool. But anyway, there is metal around in these areas on some of the larger platforms and areas that have the ledges and all that kind of stuff, so you should be able to find a decent amount of metal. But the big thing is the vast amount of beaver dams that you're going to find in this area. It's pretty ridiculous. You've also got some flat areas up top to check out if you're interested in expanding your build. But anyway, let's get into number 1 in the countdown. Alright, so here we are. We've made it to number 1 in the countdown. Now, honestly, I do believe that this is probably one of the absolute best base locations here on the center map. Let's head up to the surface. Can we get up here? But this is actually going to be the other underwater kind of buildable bubble air base area. Now, anyway, let's head on to our Izzy so we can get down there. But as you can see, we're very close to the Skull Island, pretty much right off to the right of it. Now, if you head just down here, you probably won't even need a scuba tank to make it down here, because it's actually really not that far. If you head over to this little piece of land, we can land our Ithy here, park them, and as you can see, we've got more dry land. And this one is going to contain all of the resources that you're going to want for a base, you know? So basically, you can get your silica pearls, you can get your oil, pretty much all around the outside watery area of this. Now, if you just take your water mount, you can actually go and collect all that stuff, so you're set there. And then on the inside here, let's throw this on so that we don't waste our scuba tank, because we don't need it in here. But we've got metal coming up, as you can see. So you've got oil, you've got silica pearls, you've got metal, and you've also got, we'll head over here. As you can see, we've got crystal over here as well, and more metal. It is amazing. Now, when I first came into this spot, I was so impressed, and I really want to build in this spot because, 1, it's secluded, and 2, you definitely have everything you need to get a base going besides dinosaurs and whatnot. So, we've got the cliffs, obviously, the ruins, the trees, the rocks. It all makes for just a really, really cool spot. And even if you're not going to be building on this spot, I would definitely just come check it out, because it is quite a sight to see. But that is pretty much what I've got for the 5 base building locations here on the center map. If you liked the video, please help me out. Hit that thumbs up button and or subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Otherwise, you all, seriously, have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time.